YouTube. I am hopefully trying to get this in one video, so let's do this. Let's do this. Hostile takeover. Basically the whole communicator thing, but afterwards, Astra's pretty much telling Kara that, you know, your mom, my twin sister Laura, betrayed me. But, you know, Kara, being Kara, you know, she refuses to believe that. She pretty much high praises her mother and everything like that. But then Astra actually counteracts that. She's like, let me ask you a question, though. And she pretty much shows the communicator, and it's like, was it your idea to contact me with the communicator, or was it your mother? And because of that, Kara starts to question her mother, Allura, because I'm judging by that it wasn't Kara's idea to call her aunt with the communicator. It was actually Allura's. And it is revealed in the flashback because Allura basically sentences Astra and Astra's husband. I'm just gonna call him NON because I cannot pronounce his name for shit. But anyway, she sentenced Astra and Non for murder because, like Astra said in the previous flashback when she was talking to Kara, you know, in order to try to save Krypton because it was dying, she had to do some bad things to do it. Obviously, apparently, the bad thing she did, along with her husband, was murder. You know, despite Astra's plea to Allura to save Krypton, Allura would not budge. She's like, you know what, you guys are being sentenced for murder. And basically Astra tells Kara everything that's happened to Krypton is pretty much going to happen to Earth. Earth is on the verge of a ecological destruction thing going on. And basically she's like, just like Krypton, Earth is on the verge of being destroyed, and just like the Kryptonians and your mother Allura wouldn't listen to me, the humans won't listen to me either. And, you know, Astra's all begging Kara, you know, to help. And, like, Kara's like, you know, no, and basically leaves. But Astra says, you know, I love you, Kara. And that part, it made me question it made me question Astra. Because, again, like I said, probably, I most likely said in the previous video, like, Astra probably has good intentions. Like, she probably had very good intentions with Krypton, and she probably has good intentions with Earth, and she probably does love her niece Kara. But how she's handling the destruction, like Krypton dying and a possible destruction with Earth, and like dealing with Kara not believing her, she's going about it the wrong way. That's all I've got to say about that, honestly. And Kara, her faith in her mom kind of shaken because, you know, remembering that it was her mother Allura's idea to lure Astra out of hiding by using the communicator, she goes back to the DEO and pretty much asks the hologram of Allura, you know, did you use me to get your sister, my aunt, arrested? And also she was asking the hologram, you know, could Krypton be saved? Was there a way that Krypton could have been saved if Astra was, and also if Astra was right about it and everything? But unfortunately for her, you know, the Allura hologram was like, couldn't give out any of that information, and Kara pretty much goes, "Arr," and pretty much breaks down crying and tries to destroy the hologram with her heat vision, and Alex is all telling her, Kara, don't be mad, you don't know what truly happened, this is just Astra's words. We haven't even heard from what you don't know your mother's side." But basically, Kara, out of that fit of anger, she's like, you know, my mom lied to me. And then Kara's pretty much like, you know, Alex, me and my aunt Astra were both given life sentences by my mother. And what I think she means by that is, if Astra was right, if there was a way for Astra to save Krypton, what she means by that is, you know, given a life sentence, is that Allura, if Astra was right and Astra could have saved Krypton, she didn't have, basically Kara and Superman, they didn't have to leave Krypton, you know what I mean? Like, they could have stayed home on Krypton, they could have been happy on Krypton, and they would have been fine. And to her, you know, her mother lying to her and using her to get her aunt arrested, with the possible knowledge that Astra could have been right in saving Krypton. And, she's mad because she was sent to Earth, and the only person she could really commune with, well, the only person, not commune, but the only person who truly understands her is Superman. Them being cousins, but other than that, no one understands her. She feels very alienated, so to her, that's a life sentence. But anyway, hang on. Okay, I'm only 5 minutes in. Okay, there you go. Anyway, like, back at work, Kara refuses to discuss any issues with, that she's dealing with Jimmy or Win. But, during that whole thing, Jimmy did find information on the financial records that are linked to Kat to someone named Adam Foster, who's located in a city called Opal City. And, Jimmy and Win, they think that she's paying money to, like, maybe some boyfriend or something like that. But, like, when Kara actually confronts Kat about it, Kat actually reveals that this Adam Foster person in Opal City is actually her son. Like, apparently, we all know that she already has a son from a previous episode, this little kid, but apparently, Kat had another son before the little tyke one. And, she said, the father was somebody she hadn't dated in a while. She had a son. She sued for custody, but then lost, and then she gave up and dropped the lawsuit because, she believed that despite all this, she would get to be in her son's life, but she pretty much, in her own way, figured out, my son will be better off without me, right? You know how some people think that, especially, like, young mothers who have kids, like, early in their ages, they don't think they're ready and they give them up and they think they'll have a better life without me. Probably a better life with another set of parents, good people. She probably thought the same way. And, Kat says she stopped asking herself that decision about regret, like, years ago. But she admits that she does regret it, not, like, having her son more in her life. But anyway, because of that, Kat does not want her first son, Adam, to end up in this media storm that's happening right now. So she actually makes the decision to basically resign from Catco. But at last minute, Win, Jimmy, and Lucy come in and pretty much reveal that they managed to provide Kat and Kara, of course, information about Dirk. And Kat pretty much confronts Dirk in her office with the evidence, but Dirk, he admits to being the hacker, right? But he's all threatening to fight back. But Kat actually figured out, hey, Dirk, yes, you hacked me and got all this stuff, but you used my company's computers to hack my emails to try to take over the company. And this is the thing, though. He used computers in Kat's company. And since it's Kat's company computers, she owns them. So, apparently, I don't know the whole legal thing, so all I know is that, he used her computer, because it's her company computer, and the whole legal shit and all that. But anyway, Kat ends up firing Dirk and has him arrested because of that and all that stuff. And, afterwards, Kara steps away, and, Jimmy has this moment with Win where he apologizes to him and tries to, like, tell him, Win, you're okay. I'm not in your way. Go and tell Kara your feelings and all that stuff. And pretty much tells Win, she's a special girl, not because she's Supergirl, and she's definitely worth risking everything for, and he should at least try, and he's not in his way. And I like that little bonding moment with Jimmy and Win. I really do. But anyway, back at the DEO, Hank pretty much asked Alex about Kara, and Hank is pretty much unable to read Astra's mind, because apparently Kryptonians are actually immune to telepathy, which is very interesting. I don't remember if this was actually shown in previous animations, movies, or shows, but you guys could put in the comments if it has. I've never actually seen or heard a confirmation that Kryptonians are actually immune to telepathy. So put in the comments if it has been seen or heard from previously before this show, because I can't remember for the life of me. But anyway, Alex and Martian Manhunter, they're very suspicious of the footage they're seeing of Astra's battle with Kara, when Astra pretty much steps over Kara. Like I said, she was monologuing and everything. They found it suspicious because they know Astra's a warrior. She's been a warrior all her life, and they find it very hard to believe that she put herself in such a odd position. Not only is she put herself in view, like in like hitting range of Kara, she's like literally over Kara. She's like she stopped fighting and monologued. They find that hella suspicious, like I said. So like me, they suspected something was off, and they suspected that Astra wanted to lose to Supergirl on purpose, and that's what I pretty much thought too. You know, she did that on purpose. Either she's a really stupid, typical bad guy that does the same stupid shit as everyone else does, or she wanted to do it on purpose. And basically we find out, you know, Supergirl, she pretty much wanted to lose to Supergirl as a diversion. And when they confront Astra, they manage to find out in time that her husband Non, or I don't even know, Non, and a little army of Kryptonians are invading Lord Technologies. And basically when they arrive, Maxwell Lord is like, he's like, hey, welcome to my company, get the hell out of here. And he has weapons and all that stuff, but unfortunately him and whoever's helping him, I don't remember, was it his staff or bodyguards? I don't know, but they're like no match for the invaders, because they, despite, you know, I believe Maxwell Lord had kryptonite, I'm not sure, but they had no match despite that, because all the little invaders had, including Non, they had their kryptonite immune suits, right? Basically, when Kara, and during all that, you know, Kara, she goes to Kat, and they have this little conversation to the point where Kara is actually surprised to learn that Kat found out that Kara is Supergirl, having figured out, you know, all those recent encounters she had, where with Kara, where Kara would disappear on her, and then all of a sudden Supergirl appears shortly afterwards. She pretty much put two and two together, right? And she pretty much tells Kara to take off her glasses and all that stuff, and Kara's just like, I'm not Supergirl, I'm gonna be blind without this. But, you know, Kat being smart as hell and very, she knows, she just knows. But anyway, she thanks Kara and pretty much calls her Supergirl, which is pretty cool. And Kara pretty much gets that call from Alex and excuses herself, ends up where Non and his army is, and ends up in a fight, and Martian Manhunter uses his powers to disable one of the Kryptonian shields to weaken him. But because of that, he ends up getting found out by, I'm not sure, by Non, or I definitely was a Kryptonian. I'm not sure if it was Non or the one that Jean was fighting, but one Kryptonian found out that Hank wasn't human, at least. And basically Kara arrives just in time and ready to battle her aunt's husband, which is in a way her uncle. So this is going to be an interesting fight, and I'm really looking forward to it, to talk about blood bonds, but I'll probably talk about it possibly Monday, either Sunday night, or I will do blood bonds Sunday night or early Monday. I'll definitely have the video or videos of the next episode, which is blood bonds, and that's episode 9. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you, boo. I made it!